Hi there, welcome to Floating Dreams. This is going to be my top 10 favorite complexion products. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. For July, I thought it could be a fun idea to share with you my top 10 favorite, holy grail sort of products that I've either repurchased a lot or that I feel are like my best shade matches. And just think overall that if I had to get rid of all of my makeup, what would I keep? And for base complexion, so foundation, primer, concealer, setting spray, and powders, these would be them. So I have 10 products to share with you. I will have links in the description box down below so you can shop them if you're looking for these, or if you want to see swatches and you want to see what they look like on me, that you can see those as well, because I have dedicated reviews to all of these products for sure. Where to start? Let's just start where I start my makeup, which is primer, and I have two for you here. I have the Glossier Futuredew and the Jelly Grip Primer from Essence. The Glossier Futuredew is really stunning if you have very dry skin. I wasn't sure whether I would be able to use this in the summertime. I had previously only been using it in the winter when my skin is super dry, but I have found that this works for me going into summer on hot summer days, which I hadn't expected because this is an oil serum hybrid. Oil. And I'm like, my skin loves this stuff. It has a bit of glow. Of course, this is not going to work for you if you have oily skin, if you really need your makeup to last. But for me to get my makeup to last, I need my base to be super hydrated. So I always use skincare, which I also layer, and then I use this right before my makeup goes on, and chef's kiss, it looks perfect every single time, which I hadn't really expected with this one. So the Glossier Futuredew is one that I will be repurchasing. I only have a couple of uses left as I'm holding this up to the camera. It's pretty much gone by now. By the time you're watching this video, it will be gone because I'm filming this a little bit in advance. But yeah, this is such a pretty primer that I think I'm going to get a backup of. But I still have plenty of other glowy primers in my makeup collection at the second, so don't need to repurchase it straight away, that's for sure. And the other one I wanted to show you is the Essence Jelly Grip Primer. This is of course a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip, but I like this one better. Why? It has the same effect, but it doesn't expire as quickly and it's cheap as chips. I like the Milk Makeup Primer for sure. I've had a big one, I've had several small ones. I still have a small one for travel in my makeup collection and to be able to compare it because it's been duped into the high heavens. But I actually prefer this Essence one because primer is a product that I can go through really quickly. And the issue with the Milk Makeup one is that it can expire really quickly. It turns this really weird dark green shade. It doesn't look as vibrant as when you first purchase it, which is such a shame because in theory, I don't think that had to happen with a product like that. And because it is so expensive, for it to expire within like 6 months, I don't want to be spending my money on that. And while I really like it, the Essence one gets the job done. This is under €5 here at the drugstore. So I'd rather be repurchasing this than I do the Milk Makeup one. So therefore, works the same way, is much cheaper to buy, and therefore not as expensive to be buying. And that's why I love my little Essence primer for sure. I wouldn't use powder next, but I do want to talk about that. I have a high-end one and a drugstore one, and they are dupes for one another. So depending on your budget or what you like, I really still enjoy the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. This is in diffused light. I have it as a mini for travel and to always have it in my collection because I rate this powder a lot, but I like the drugstore version as much. And it's like a fourth of the price that this goes for, so I'd rather repurchase that and have it as a full size than this one. But this is just a beautiful powder. It's a finishing powder rather than a setting powder though. So depending on what your skin needs, remember, dry skin gal here, so I don't really need a very heavy setting powder. I have found that these really thin, more like finishing powders that just add the finishing touch to my makeup, but without it making it look overly powdered, is the road to go for me. So that's why I really enjoy the Hourglass one, but the one I like just as much is by Kiko. This is the Radiant Fusion Baked powder. Yeah, in 01. This is shade Ivory. It's exactly the same thing as the Hourglass. It's my theory that Kiko Milano is an Italian-based brand. Hourglass products are often made in Italy, so they're probably coming from the same factory. That's my theory. I don't have any verification of that, but that's what my gut feeling tells me. I have shorts up where I compare the two, so if you go looking for it, then you can definitely see me comparing the Hourglass to the Kiko. And I really enjoy this. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful powder. It gives me a really good effect on my skin. This is the third time I've purchased this. If I start using it every single day, it takes me, I think, 2 years to use it up though. So that's why I don't have too many powders in my makeup collection, because I have one I really like and that I can see myself repurchasing until it stops working for me. If that's ever going to happen, then I will stop buying this. I will try other powders from time to time, but I have just found that a lot of the powders I like are super expensive and they give me the same effect as this. So that's why I always come back to this one. So the Hourglass Radiant Fusion powder, I really think is one of the best powders on the market for me. Setting spray, if you've been with me, you know this about me. I'm not a setting spray kind of gal. I know some makeup creators really, really enjoy testing out setting sprays. Again, because I have dry skin, a lot of setting sprays do exactly that. They set your makeup into place. And in order for a makeup spray to be a setting spray and to really fix you have fixing sprays and whatever. There's like different types of sprays. A lot of the ones that are tried and a lot of the ones that are hyped up are the ones that tend to be really, really good for making your makeup last as long as possible. That's not me. I don't mind it if my makeup no longer looks perfect at the end of the day. That's not my aim. What I would like to have is sort of like that everything gels together really nicely and that it just looks a little bit more perfected. And the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray from ColourPop has been a favorite for that reason. It works well with my dry skin. I do get more longevity out of my makeup than with most other setting sprays, and it's not drying. I know everybody loves the Urban Decay All Nighter. I like that too, but it's like hairspray for my face, and it's so drying. And so many setting sprays that I've tried over the years would ruin my makeup. I would have done the whole thing. I spray on the spray, it dries down, and my entire makeup started to clump together. This one doesn't do that. It doesn't make my skin look dry and cakey throughout the day. I don't need to reapply it. I just use it in the morning and I live my life, and it's been a game changer for me. I bought 4 of these in backup in the latest Black Friday sale last year. In the future, I probably don't need this anytime soon again, because I think I have enough to last me like another year and a half before I need to go out and repurchase it. And I haven't really tried many other setting sprays because this is just perfection for me. Not exactly repurchased yet, but I know that if this expires, I would definitely repurchase it, and it's my Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is in G12. They have changed the shade names ever since. This is absolutely beautiful. I really like how dewy this is. It's very lightweight. I keep sounding like a broken record. There aren't currently that many concealers in my makeup collection that really stand out to me like, oh, that's really innovative. That's something I would go out and repurchase again. Concealer to me is a very utilitarian makeup product. I kind of just use one, use it up, go on to the next one, use one, use it up, go and try the next thing. Like, it's not something I really go out and repurchase a lot, but with the Glossier Stretch Concealer, I feel it's very unique in what it does for me, and that's why I would go out and repurchase it. If I ever run out of it, or if it expires in the meantime, I would definitely give this a repurchase. And I was like digging through all of my concealers, and I was like, I don't really feel that excited. Like I said, concealer is a very utilitarian product. I would never go out and repurchase these per se. And I was like, you know what? This Catrice thing, this Instant Bright Serum Concealer, they launched it this year, I believe, in 2025, and I've been getting a lot of use out of it. And with Catrice concealers, they can sometimes run out really quickly, but once I started using this, I was like, okay, this is just as good as some of the high-end concealers, because in 2024, I tested out a lot of high-end concealers that were very hyped up. I liked pretty much all of them. But then Catrice does this, and I'm like, this is just as good as the YSL or the Estee Lauder or whatever it is that I was testing out. I'm currently trying to use up my Tower 28 Swipe On Concealer. That's sort of like my little project pen for 2025. But yeah, this is one that if I were to run out of it, and they still do it, because that's always the issue with Catrice, they always discontinue things so quickly, I would go out and repurchase it. Catrice hasn't come out with a concealer in years that I have enjoyed as much as this. Most of it was too drying and didn't work. This is dewy. It has like a medium coverage, I would say. Mine is in shade 010C, and I absolutely love this thing to pieces. And finally, we have foundations. And here I wanted to make sure I included like my favorite high-end foundation, my favorite drugstore foundation, and a favorite K-beauty thing. From K-beauty, you all know me. I love Misha BB creams. I've got several. The Choboyoung is my favorite because it is more hydrating. And shade number 17 is one of my best shades, you could say. So that's why I wanted to feature it here. This doesn't come in a lot of shades though, which is a bit of a shame, but I do really like it. And I think I like BB creams a little bit better than I do cushions, mainly because you get more product and they are cheaper. Cushion foundations, I just feel, are a lot of packaging and not a lot of product. So even though they're really pretty and easy to use and they're great for travel, I don't necessarily need that in my day-to-day life. Like, this is just as fine. It has an SPF of 30. Like I said, it's rich, it's creamy, it looks wonderful on my skin. This was a game changer when I tried it, and if this ever expires or if I run out of it, I think I would repurchase it. But like with concealer, with foundations, I have just found I don't need to go out and repurchase foundations after I've used them up. I have plenty. And I test out a lot of foundation because they make for really good reviews, and foundation technology, I feel, is quite innovative as well. Like, if there is a type of makeup product where we're seeing new things being launched that are truly new and different from what we got before, rather than like the 10 shades of blush that every brand seems to do, I feel it's in the foundation category, which is why by the time I have used it up, there's very often going to be other foundations that have launched since me trying that other thing that I used up that I would like to try next. So that's why I have just found that I should stay away from repurchasing foundations, even if I do love them as much as I do this. Then the affordable option I have for you, I call Kiko a drugstore brand. I know not everybody agrees, but when it comes to drugstore, I look for price point more so than where you can buy it. And I feel that especially here in Europe, Kiko is at the drugstore level. That may not be the case for everyone who has access to this brand, but the Insta Moisture Glow, this is beautiful. This is in 1R. I also like the new Skin Lover one that they came out with this year. That's a really beautiful foundation as well, but I haven't been able to test that one out fully yet. So that's why I didn't want to put it in like a top favorite foundation video. Used to have the original Insta Moisture that is also really good. So if you want something that's more satin and less dewy, then I think this is going to be a little bit better for you than this glow version is. But I prefer to do, I love that, and I had the other one in 1R as well. It's such a go-to. It's such a good, solid, everyday foundation. It's marvelous, so that's why I do really enjoy this. And then we have the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit, I always forget the name of this, Soft Lit Foundation in 125. This, when I started trying it this year for the first time, I was blown away. It's exactly what I want. It's so dewy, but it has enough coverage. The shade match is unparalleled. This is one of the best shade matches for my skin that I have ever tried. And we, of course, know that Fenty likes to do a lot of things that are good shade matches for people because they always launch like 40 to 50 shades in every product they do. So that's why I think this is just a really good one. And I had been lusting after Fenty Beauty just doing a good dewy foundation. I tried the, what's it called? I think I tried the Pro Filter. I tried the Eavesdrop. I've tried so many foundation things from Fenty over the years that were just so drying. I was like, you're so inclusive in your shade range, but you're not inclusive in terms of formula. And then they did this last year, and then I was able to pick it up and find my shade. And This is a good one. This is a really, really good one. This really climbed up the steps of what it is that I'm really looking for when it comes to a foundation. So the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Chef's Kiss, one of the best things on the market. And those are the products I wanted to feature in this video today. Thank you so very much for joining me. This is of course a running series this month, so come back for more because we're still going to be doing cheeks, and we're going to do lips, and we're going to do eyes. It's going to be a whole thing, so stay tuned for more, and then I hope to see you again in a new video. Bye!